Hey, welcome back to Bookshelf of Opinions. I'm Hannah,
And I'm Elizabeth.
and let's jump right into it. What have you been listening to?
Okay, I feel like I've kind of been all over the place, but I've been listening to um this one song called Yesterday's Dead by Josiah Queen, not King. And then
Gotcha.
I've been listening to a lot of like George Ezra. Just a lot of George Ezra.
Okay.
So like specifically like Hold My Girl and Budapest. Just
Mm-hmm.
all of his songs really. I've been listening to all of them.
Very
Oh,
nice.
and Dayglow. I've been listening to a lot of Dayglow. So I've been listening to Hot Rod too. And
Okay.
how do you know? I don't just a lot of summery songs, I guess, spring songs. What about
Very
you?
nice. Still my Windows Down Screaming playlist. Always. Big Hannah Montana mood. Like,
Mm,
not that I'm ever not in a Hannah Montana mood, but Hannah Montana is my spring playlist. Because
gotcha.
she hits it all. Um, and musicals. Musical theater's been coming back. Hamilton and Dear Evan Hansen specifically, which are
Nice.
like I feel like my two, but like
You need the mashup. Ben Platt and Lin Manuel
stop, that
Miranda.
makes me
Found in
cry.
Tonight.
It's
I
so
love that one.
good. It it did my theater heart so happy when I heard that. Um wow, I'm gonna go listen to that like after we're done recording.
That's
Um
our song of the episode.
that that's our song of the it's so good too. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Anyways, I that
You know what? You know what musical always makes me think of spring is In the Heights. I don't know why. Well, it's a very summery one, but it's
I could see
spring to
that.
me. Yeah.
It's the waking up of the city, which feels like the waking up of the season.
Yes. How poetic. Good
I mean,
analogy.
that's what the exact show is. So
Oh, I know, but
it's the start of summer. So, but in this case, it feels more springy. It's probably because Georgia goes. There's no like spring. There's no like spring is not a transitional summer season for us. It's either cold or hot.
it's kind of a transitional with the flowers, but there is no
But
transition
it
in temperature.
correct. Yes,
Yes.
the temperature is just one extreme or the other.
Mm-hmm.
The overall look and aesthetic is transitional.
This is random, but I was on YouTube the other day, trying to find this episode of Wheel of Fortune, and all of a sudden I was like, "What is that?" And it was like things you're subscribed to. It was like Bookshelf Opinions, and I watched a whole episode of us talking, and we are so entertaining watching.
Uh,
I thought we were just
we are.
entertaining talking, but we were entertaining watching. So this is
No.
your reminder that we have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's because we're very
I
facially vocal people,
Yeah, and I've
or we're
also now have to be
responsive.
very self-aware of what I mouth and sign to you because other people will see it now.
That's
Not that
why.
there's anything bad, but we have to be.
No, yeah. Oh, trust me. That's why I realized there's some faces I can't make anymore. Um,
We need some publicity training,
we do media training, but we don't.
media training. That's what it
At the same
is.
time, we got to be authentic.
That's what makes
The
us
issue
us.
is, the only really issue is on episodes like today. Fun fact, guys, we're recording virtually, like we're not together,
Mm-mm.
because the convenience of modern technology.
And life is just life right now. Just
Yeah,
gotta get
life
through
be
it.
lifing. But like that's the going to be our only issue is if we have to mouth something, either we have to text it or we can't, and it's
Not that there's any secrets we would keep from y'all.
no, of course we're 100% transparent. We would never not tell you things.
No, not that we're not gonna have an episode though where y'all can ask us any secret. We're not doing that. But
You can ask, will we answer?
well, we answer
That's
truthfully,
that's the thing. Yeah, we'll have an episode where you could ask us anything,
and we'll give you two truths and a lie.
and the answer. Oh yeah,
That's genius. Look at us.
genius. All
What
right,
have you
guys.
been reading, Hannah?
What have I been reading? Sunrise on the Reaping.
Okay. Without giving spoilers, because we'll have a Sunrise on the Reaping episode coming soon. Where are you at right now? Your thoughts? I'm looking out on my shelf right now. It's so pretty.
I am in part two.
Okay.
So for that reference for people
Nice.
of
Nice.
I don't remember technically. Yes. So but I'm on chapter 12. So I'm two
Okay.
chapters into part 2. Um and this doesn't spoil anything. The power just went out.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
I think that's the best way to put it is
Mm-hmm.
that's I'm sitting at about a third of the way through the book, I would say. Almost at a half.
Gotcha. Nice.
I'm holding it up for reference because I think
Yes,
that's a
I
third.
I understand where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
So,
pretty halfway because I forget that the Shuan is like part 1, part 2.
which I appreciate when authors break up and they're like, this is this part, because then I'm like, ooh, it feels more
Mhm.
in this story. And I forget that's what she did for Ballad. That's what she's done for
Yeah.
all of them.
It is
But
what she's done for all of them, but I just forget.
it helps this story because I'm like, oh, we're in a
Yeah.
complete new phase. Like,
Uh-huh.
exciting things are happening. What have you been reading?
Okay, so last episode I said that I was reading Where Sleeping Girls Lie, which was the Goodreads like young adults book of the year. Okay, so I actually took a break from that. I had started it and like only read like 2 pages, and I started this
Mm-hmm.
new book that one of my friends told me about. It's called Tender is the Flesh. I can't remember the author's name,
Oh,
but
that's the cannibal one, right?
it's a cannibal book and it cannibalism and it really like I that type of stuff doesn't like obviously I don't promote cannibalism, but like the goriness I'm just interested in the way it's writing and how it's kind of like fits in our society. And it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
dystopian to me. That's how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
It was so weird. Like I read it in 2 days. I was so invested, and I was texting my friend. I was like, "This happened. This happened." She's like, "You were reading this so fast." Like I could not put it down. I also read on my Kindle though, so I think that's why I read it
But
super fast. But also,
but
like
you still read really fast in general.
yeah,
Kindle just gives you that extra little boost of speed.
oh
It's like
yeah,
an
for
extra shot
sure.
of espresso.
I was like, but so then I finished that, and now I'm reading. I'm going back to Where Sleeping Girls Lie, and it is so good. Like, I'm about halfway into it now because there's a lot of like terminology you have to understand,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of can understand why so far it won Young Adults Book of the Year.
Hmm.
Because it gives me a mix of like the Inheritance games mixed with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder mixed with Ninth House and the Wednesday Addams TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, though that's what I
Okay.
can think of. So just add all of those in a
Which
blender,
are
and it's
all of you.
yes, and it's like that, but it's not like that, but it's completely like that.
Okay.
Really,
Okay.
really interesting. I don't know, like I'm excited. So, anyways, that's what I've been reading.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I
Because now
saw
it makes me
that.
want to read it.
Yeah, I think you're definitely. I think you're gonna want to. It's pretty like it's fast paced, I would say.
Oh, that's good.
So I'll keep you all updated. Less than um less than 3 weeks until Fearless
I know.
and A Great Big
Let's
Beautiful World.
Great Big Beautiful World is April 22nd, April 23rd, April 22nd.
April 22nd and
Like
Fearless is
next Fearless is
April 14th.
I would say Fearless is almost here.
Fearless is almost here. Yeah, I'm kind of like
Oh, the transition from Fearless to Great Big Beautiful World.
yes, because I feel like we went from Sunrise on the Reaping. You're gonna go from Sunrise on the Reaping to Fearless, and I'm gonna be like emotional damage, and then you're gonna read like Great Big Beautiful World, emotional damage in a totally separate way, and then you're gonna have one golden summer, and I just know that's gonna like heal and hurt, you know?
I need to finish like Sunrise on the Reaping now so I can have time to like read something in between and fully process.
Yeah, I'm
Because
I'm I feel like I've been putting off Fearless thinking about it because I'm scared.
the pages, like what she has
Uh
released so
huh.
far, what we know from what has been like ruined in Apple Books and all of
Mm-hmm.
that, of the epilogues.
Epilogues, guys.
I'm
Epilogues
scared
get me. I'm a. I
because
just
whose epilogues did we have? We in Reckless and Powerless.
we ended um we ended powerless in Kits and we ended reckless in Kai's.
Sorry, an Atlanta number is calling me randomly,
Oh,
and so I'm sending them to voicemail. But we ended Powerless in
in
Kits and
Kit.
Reckless in Kai's.
Yeah, I'm trying not to read into things. Like this series is like huge to me because like I remember like following her before she even wrote the books, before she even had the idea of writing the
Mm-hmm.
books, you know? And then like the whole thing of like her like, oh, I think I'm gonna write a book and then getting like self published. Like I have been here. I have just followed her just as a fan, you know? And so I'm really scared.
Hey, will you yap for like 30? I don't know. This same number keeps calling me back. I know who it is.
Okay, yes.
Um,
So I'll
yeah.
just talk. So last time Hannah talked, so this time I'm gonna talk. So I recently reorganized my bookshelf. And I kind of took, okay, because let me know your thoughts on this. I took my Hunger Games books out of the box set because I had it in the box set with Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, and Battle of Songbird and Snakes. So I took it out of the box set so I could now stack it as Ballad, Sunrise on the Reaping, Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay because that's chronologically correct. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm curious how other people are stacking it or setting it up. I also saw where people are like, when it's time for like when we have kids and like how are we gonna introduce our kids in what order to read the Hunger Games? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never thought about that. And at first I was like, oh, what if you just did like chronological order, but then the epilogues kind of won't line up in a sense. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
giving away anything, but kind of want. But I'm also like, not that I want my kids to feel the pain, but my kids need to feel the emotional depth and pain of what this series is. So my kids are gonna have to read it the published way it came out.
I
That's what I
agree.
believe.
I
Like they
caught
need to
the
feel
second half
every
of that, and I
single
agree with you,
pain.
though.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Um.
there's something of reading it in the way that the author and published it.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I think there's sometimes reading what can't, like, the prequel, like, the whole Throne of Glass,
Mhm.
Assassin's Blade, when you're supposed to read that.
Yeah.
But Hunger Games, I think you have to read it the
I
way
think you
Suzanne
have to
Collins
so
wrote,
you can
publish it.
feel like you can feel the weight of it all, especially
Well,
Ballad. Like I don't know.
plus it's the whole thing right now where people are like, are you not getting the message that apparently every time she's released a book, it's because there's something that she's trying to say. And so I feel like if you read it in the correct order, you hear what she's trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So
So,
that was just my thoughts. But yeah,
isn't it fun when you just get to rant and ramble and fill time?
I know. I this is my first time doing it because normally I'm the one that has to
I
take a
know.
detour.
I'm so sorry about that, guys.
Oh no,
It's
it's okay.
being an
Life
adult is
happens.
hard.
It is. It is
Um,
exhausting. This is a very book heavy episode. I mean, when are we not book
but it's
heavy?
crazy. It's like it's a book podcast.
It's like we're
Shock.
bookshelf of opinions. Hey, did our shirts come in this? Sorry,
Oh yeah, they did. Did I not tell you? I thought
wait,
no, I
maybe you
told you that
did.
they came in. But
Wait,
I
guys, you're
forgot
gonna
to
see
bring it with
unreleased
me.
merch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can I show it?
Sure. I mean, the people who watch are gonna watch.
It's a sneak preview. So this is mine. Yours is you ordered the blue color.
Yeah.
Yours is over in my chair. This just
Okay.
was on my bed.
Drum roll. How
Isn't
cute.
it? And then like, cause did you see? Did I ever send you the design of it actually?
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so because it's the ghost, and then I feel so fancy. Our names are on the spines because it's bookshelf of opinions, and then it's Elizabeth and Hannah on this, and then that's a blank one. But like, isn't it so cute?
Cutie. All right, guys.
Anyways,
So if you're listening to this now, you're gonna go want to watch it.
yeah,
If you're watching
and
it, you're
then
just 2 steps ahead of everyone.
you should also go then buy the merch because maybe we'll release this design
Yeah.
with the
Maybe.
episode. Maybe.
We'll see.
All right.
Okay. So these are some book questions that I came up with a week ago. I'm gonna be honest, and we're kind
Because
of.
you're so prepared. Don't. Why are you saying it like that? It's because you are so prepared.
I'm just the type B personality in me just coming out, being prepared. I'm a walking contradiction.
Well, it's because you knew you were going to need to be able to be type B this week, so you were type A
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. Um, okay, speaking of books, what a coincidence, transition. Which books and series do you think we need more of in like does that
Books
make sense?
like what books/series are already out, and I think we should have more of them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go with since we've been on the theme, Hunger Games.
Okay,
Now,
I want to know which ones.
I do not think we need to overdo it. So I'm gonna
I
copy
agree.
some people I've seen on social media.
Okay.
So my first is the original games, so the 74th Hunger Games /75th from Peta's point of view. I don't think we need it as long and drawn out as
Yes,
3 books, but
ma'am.
I think we need a whole book. Like, I think we can consolidate his point of view and where we know, like, he and Katniss were together, but, like, how
Yes.
did he end up with the careers? What happened with the little training beforehand when it was just he and Hamish? Like, how did we get
Mm-hmm.
to that point? So
Him
we
in the
for sure need
Capitol,
that.
like,
Him, what
we
happened
need to know.
exactly?
We need to
So
know.
I don't think we need the full, like, I think we could condense Catching Fire
In
and
one book, yeah.
Mockingjay into one book. And I think
And
you
I
could
feel like
kind of
she
put
can do
parts
it.
of Catching Fire into the first Hunger. Like, she could
She
make
can
it a
do it well because I feel
duology.
like there's going to be like some time that he doesn't remember from being hijacked, you know?
Exactly. But I still want to know what happened when he was
Yes. Oh,
hijacked.
yes, I agree.
Because he's the only one that knows what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I for sure think his point of view. Now, this next one, I'm a fan of. I saw this,
Okay.
I think I sent it to you and Belle. This dude was like, I want a Hunger Games where it's written from multiple um contestants' point of views, tributes' point of views. We don't know who the victor is. Each point of view, as the book continues, we slowly start losing point of views as tributes die until we are left with the victor's point of view.
Okay,
Because they're the victor of the Hunger Games.
would this be a new
It would be
game?
a
Just like
brand new game. Like, we
I
don't
saw
know
that.
what it could be any of the 75 years because we don't know every single victor.
Mm-hmm. I
But
agree. I like that.
everyone's version from career to the higher number
Mm-hmm.
districts, but the lower districts, like what level of anything. Like, those are the
Mm-hmm.
two I'm like, oh, that would be so cool seeing it from the different perspectives.
I like that a lot. I've also seen, okay, I love Finnick, so I would obviously love to have Finnick's, but I also like, I don't know if that's overdoing, you know?
I think Finnick could be a really good novella. Like, I want to know
I
what
think,
happened
yes.
once he won his games. I don't. This sounds bad. I don't care about the build up to his games or during the games. I want to know what happened once he became a victor.
Yes, that's what I need to know, like with the aftermath, kind of like, essentially kind of how Ballad was, where it was like, the majority of it, I don't think people will realize until they read it. Obviously, you don't know till you read it. The
Mm-hmm.
majority of the story is after the games, you know? So I feel like we kind of need that
The
with,
games are such a small blip.
yes, we need that with Finnick. I also saw where someone was talking about Joanna's games. I feel like that could be cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like, okay, now we're just pushing for people. But I definitely want either the first games or a brand new game or Finnick's game. That's who. I
Yeah.
also, okay, this isn't a game, but like I want to know about Cinna. Like I want to know about
How he
him.
became a
I
whole little rebel.
Yes, I need to know about him
And
because he like is my favorite.
what she should, well, okay, honestly, Suzanne Collins, not that you're ever going to listen to our podcast, but if you
She
did,
might. She might.
that's what I'm saying, but if you did, a novella similar to how the selection series has
Mm-hmm.
like the book at the end, the ever after thing, where it's like 4 or 5 different point of views and they've got like 4 or 5 chapters. You don't get the full extent. Like, they're technically add-ins to what's happening to the story, but give us something like that. Give
Yeah.
us what happened at the aftermath of Finnick. We need 120 pages. Nothing
Yeah.
against Finnick, but we don't need, but give us the little bit. How did Cinna get to where he was? Give us
Yeah.
120 pages. Honestly, I know we have a lot of snow. But how did Snow become president
Yes,
to
I
the
agree
fullest
because
extent,
we
to the
know
level that he
yeah.
is?
Yes, I agree. I
And then,
definitely want
frankly,
that.
give us what we all want. Finally conclude it all. Give us the full-on epilogue of what happened with Peeta and Katniss, and
Yes.
give us, like, how did Panem survive, and how did
Yeah.
it truly
Well,
live
and
and
if she
choose to
did
exist?
a whole separate book that was just Peeta's point of view, I feel like
That
you
would be a
could
great way to
then
wrap it up.
agree because he is the like Katniss is the poster of the rebellion, but Peeta is
He's
the peacemaking in it, and he is the
he's the
hope
happily ever
forward.
after for
Yes,
them.
yes. So
Not
that's
that their
what.
story is ending, but
No,
it's,
no, no.
yes. I like how you said he's the hope for the end.
Yeah, thank you. So poetic. I'm just kidding. What any other
So,
series you think needs?
yes, sorry. That obviously,
No, you're fine. There's a lot to unpack with that one. So
yes. Obviously we know we need ACOTAR
yes.
and just more Sarah J. Maas.
Uh huh.
Personally.
Personally, I feel that Throne of Glass is finished,
I would agree with that.
but
But how
if we're
Throne of
getting
Glass
another
ties in.
if we're getting another Crescent City, this is not a spoiler, but just how it ties in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay revisiting some people. I'm more
I'm
than
okay.
I would. There is a
Not
novella of
revisiting,
Throne
but
of.
the genealogy of it all.
Yes, there's a couple of novellas though I would love to see for certain characters
Mm,
of Throne of Glass, just because she kind of left that up to our imagination, and it's a little bit painful. Um, I don't want to spoil
yeah.
it because I know people listening to this haven't finished it yet.
You know who you are.
Um, yeah, but that's what I would say. Um, I feel like the selection's pretty solid to me. I feel that way.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to touch with the selection.
No,
I
I will
wish that
say.
I want more, but I want rather a show or a movie for them.
Mm-hmm. Um, the Inheritance games.
I could
They
use
they
more.
have they have the Brothers Hawthorne, and then they have like one other book. And I'll be honest, I love the Inheritance games. I love the original trilogy. I didn't love the Brothers Hawthorne that much because it was kind of back and forth, and then I never
Mm,
read the next one. So I feel like kind of we don't need another one unless it makes complete and total sense. But if
that's fair.
the author is listening, Jennifer Lynn Barnes, or that I think that's her name, I would
Mhm.
totally love a another additional novella or another book to the Naturals series. If you would like to do that, I would love that. What I need actually is a good girl's guide to murder. That's what I need.
That's what you need.
That
Yeah,
is
no,
what
I
I
agree with that.
need.
I'm so happy. My mom picked up Good Girl Bad Blood.
Oh.
And so I came home and I looked down and I was like, "Oh, what are you reading, Mom?" And she was like, "Oh, I finally picked this up to like get it going again." She's like, "I don't remember anything that's happened," and I was like, "That's okay." And so, but she's going for that again, and I felt like you would be happy to know that.
I'm so happy, so proud of her. Yeah, if you know how the last one ends, I need
I,
I just need something. I
I,
recently rewatched the show and I loved it. Anyways,
mm, you might appreciate this. I need more at the end of Daisy Jones and the Six.
I agree. I agree. Thank you.
I need some more of that.
Yeah.
I also really want more novel love story. And it doesn't have to be the exact like them, but I need the pages of what's happening. I need more
Well,
to fill that.
her new book, The Aesthetic, looks very much like a novel love story. Like I know all her books are like whimsical, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
that one's like I'm interested. I would love a book by her that's like all of her characters overlap. I would love a book where like they all like
All overlap.
all overlap. Yeah.
I
Um.
also I appreciate why Emily Henry's books are standalones. I do.
Yes.
However, I would be okay if she chose one of them to continue the story on. I don't know if I have a strong preference on whose story it would be, honestly, because I mean, selfishly, I want more funny story and I want more book lovers,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want more happy. Like, I just want more
What's interesting to me is
of
that
of the characters.
yes, Happy Place is my favorite that we all know of. Like your Happy Place is funny story, and your Book Lovers is my beach read.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I actually wore my People We Meet on Vacation shirt the other day. I love People We Meet on Vacation. Like I'm very excited for that. I feel like it doesn't get talked enough about. But I'm content not having another Happy Place because of the way it
Mm.
ended. But beach read, funny story, and People We Meet on Vacation, I want more.
I
Specifically
just,
beach read.
I think the way they, obviously, all of her books are written to end in a content way and in a
Mm-hmm.
like resolved and not in like a everything is perfect, but everything is like perfect for how it has to be for now, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And so I just want to know like what comes after. Well, what happens in 5 years?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Harriet really settled with where she's at?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, according at the end, she is. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know what I need is I need a third ninth house book.
Well, yeah,
Uh-huh.
you need that. I am
I need
still
that.
waiting to finish Hellbent.
Yeah. I also would
That might be the first book I
kill,
officially DNF.
and that's okay. I'll tell you how it ends. It's hard.
I
I
figured
would
you would.
kill for a third Six of Crow. Like, I don't think you would. I would, because of
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah,
I would kill for it.
I'm trying to look at my
Oh,
shelf and kind of see.
I
I
know.
want more Stephanie Garber. I don't
I
care
knew you were gonna say that.
what it is. I need. I don't care if it's for Caraval or Once Upon a Broken Heart. I
I
don't
would
care
like
which direction
Caraval.
we go.
I
I
would
just
I
need
would want it
more.
to be Caraval. I was about to say would love more of Divine Rivals, but Ruthless Vows
It gave.
ends
I
well.
feel so satisfied with their ending.
If we were going to get another one, I would want it to be about why the gods. Wait, that's not what the book is, right? The new one?
What's the new one? I forgot she has a new one.
That's not. I don't. I really want to make sure it's not. That would be dumb to say.
Wait, what's her? Veronica.
Rebecca
Right, Rebecca
Ross.
Ross. Her new book is Wild Reverence. Let's see. Comes out September 2nd. So, no. Oh, it is about a goddess. Oh.
Yeah, it
No, so
is.
it's
It's a,
it is, but it isn't.
yeah. Never mind. So I'm
It's
satisfied with
not
that book.
in like the way you were going with.
Yes, but still, I know what you mean. I'm satisfied with that.
Mm-hmm.
A series I don't think we need any more of though is the why I can't see it on my shelf from this angle. Um,
Fantasy?
no, it's mystery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a minute.
Um, I don't know what to yap about. This is very odd. No, I stand by the Throne of Glass is complete, and there is a correct order, and the way to read it is Assassin's Blade after Air of Fire. If I haven't said it on here before, I will say it again, especially while Elizabeth can't hear. Air of Fire, then Assassin's Blade. Okay. Did you hear?
Yes, I would read. I don't think we need any more of the Housemaid that
Mm.
book series, which I know they're making a movie. We already have three, and I think even the third one was just a bit of a push. Personally, I loved the series though, but it was a bit of a push, and I'm okay without it. I would love a second betting on you just because we got a second nothing better than the movies, and I love it. I also
Lynn
would,
Painter can do no wrong.
but I don't need a second do over because it's a holiday book.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah.
There's a line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Honestly,
I
I would
also
love a third Dance of Thieves because I kind of just I
so
miss
I
them a
was
whole
about to
lot.
say I'm so content with it. Like I think it happened perfectly.
I think
I
it
mean,
did too. I
yes,
just
there's a way of I want more because I want more, but like it's
is
so
it worth it
good.
to be in a whole brand new book?
No.
Yeah,
That's how I feel with like the Red Queen series is I
I
love it,
agree.
but I love the first two books.
Mm-hmm.
The I still have one that's sitting on my shelf that I have to read. But it's
Yeah.
technically like not a part of the story. It's a mix of epilogue novella type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, do I want more? Like I want more of what I felt when I read Red Queen,
Yeah,
not
I
more
understand
of the
that.
rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I think I feel like with like Dance of Thieves and Bow of Thieves.
I know that Rick Riordan's like making more Percy Jacksons, but I'm gonna be honest. I would love for us to just like skip into the future as Percy and Annabeth as parents.
But see, I like that we're getting them at college age
I do too.
or
I do
senior high school
too
to
because
college.
it makes me feel like oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've grown up with them, and I and I always wanted to be Annabeth. You know, I was like, oh yeah, I'm blonde haired and blue eyed. Yeah, of course, it's perfect. But I but I would love to reach a point where it is like see them like get married and everything. I think it'd be like
And
I
I
think
think
I would want
they
that when
might hit
I'm
that point.
yeah when I'm in the stage of life when I'm in that stage of life.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but also obviously that's based on my timeline. That's not accurate. So um
Um. So
okay, you know what?
What?
This is kind of, I was going to say throwing it back. I would love A Fault in Our Stars, but from Gus's point of view.
Hmm. I will let you have an opinion on that because I never read it. I just watched the movie.
Well, I feel like, yeah, because from the movie, you don't really, it's not from someone's, like, obviously Hazel's the main character, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still, I would love to know his thought process on what led him to do what, you know?
I think books like those, you always want both sides. Like All the Bright Places, you get Finch and Violet, right?
You do. Well, yeah, and
And
that's what, like,
I
If
think
Only
that's
I Had
what you
Been With
need.
Her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or If Only I'd Been With Him, and then, If Only I Told Him. That's what you get. I think that's good. You know, I appreciate that.
I think it also helps you cope and also is way more traumatic at the same time.
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly what that is. I'm trying to see.
I'm like,
Honestly, this is controversial. This is just
be controversial.
I would love, I would love a second Colleen Hoover of Verity,
Verity. I knew where you were going.
because that is the only book you've heard it. You have heard it here, and you will hear it again. That is the only book of hers I care about. It is. I love that book, and I'm so excited they're making a movie. Partly because I think their cast so far is great, and I just hope it's done well. Because
Mm-hmm.
on its own, It Ends With Us as a movie was, I think, good. Was their casting for Lily not great? Yes, but on its own, the movie was good. So I would love a second Verity where, like, it's from Verity's perspective,
Oh.
or even their life
I want
after.
the
Because even in the
manuscript.
yes, and like, what do you freaking believe here? I don't
I
know.
want his point of view.
Yes,
What's
what
his
is his
name?
name?
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
look it up.
I feel like it's a basic white boy name.
Me too.
It's not Henry, but I want it to be Henry.
Let me see. Let me see. Jeremy.
Jeremy. I was close.
Yeah, and the son's name is Crew, and the twins Harper and Chastity. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that I've always loved the name Lowen, and then reading that book, I was like, I don't think I can ever name my kid Lowen ever.
Mm.
And normally I don't have that issue with books, but I'm like, I can't do it. Mm-mm-mm.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any others. I don't see anything on my shelf.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any standalone books. I'm like, oh, I would love a second one of that. Oh, I will say, We Were Liars, E.C. Lockhart, I think, and they're making a TV show about it. They had We Were Liars, and then We Were Family, and now there's like another one coming out. I felt like personally, I like the second one better. I think it's We Were Family or We Are Family. I think. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I personally like the second one better. And so I was okay. Like, I was glad to have the second one. I don't feel like we need the third one. Like, I have no idea what route they're going to go on here.
Hmm.
But I'm interested. I'm also satisfied with, like, the Summer Broken Rules. Like, I don't need another one. Actually, no, I don't. I just love these
No.
characters so much. But I don't need another one. Like, I'm satisfied with it.
Yeah. I I don't need
Now,
more Summer Broken Rules, but I really also want to know what happens to them.
yeah. The Imperium series.
Yeah, we need those books, and we need those
We need
books
those
now.
books. Yeah,
Rebecca
kind of
Yarros,
soon.
we need those books now.
Yeah,
It's giving Sarah J. Maas.
it is. Like, who do you think you are?
A very well-selling, popular
Yes, a very
fantasy writer
amazing
who can get
author.
away with it. Yeah,
No need to insult you. I'm so sorry.
but we need the
Um,
books.
I would love a second Malibu Rising personally, because I love Malibu Rising.
See, I want more Carrie Soto.
Oh, yes. I love Carrie Soto. I also kind of want Where the Crawdads Sing, but like, I want to know the in between time, in between the book and then when she dies.
So you want to know something super exciting that I know you're going to judge me for?
You've never read the book or seen the movie.
Nope. I never seen the movie because I wanted to read the book and I have the book and it's sitting on my shelf. It's just one of those things that I'm just scared to pick up. And it's one of those things my sister holds over my head because it's one of the few books Lily has read. Not few books, she does read, but
Are you? She's read it. Wow.
she had my
Be
mom read
chatting
it
with
when
your
they were in school.
sister. Well, me saying she dies is not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler at all.
Okay, well, either way, it don't make a difference. I've had years to read it, and have I?
Interesting. Wow.
No. I feel like I know your answer to one of these.
Okay, what is it?
The trope you hate. You hate pregnancy tropes.
Yes.
You've talked about
Yes.
this a lot too.
I hate them, but I've realized I've read quite a few of them.
You hate when they're overdone. You like them when you like the book already.
Yes.
Like, although I wouldn't say Silver Flames was necessarily a pregnancy trope
No.
by any means,
No.
but like you like that. Wasn't there one of your cowboy romances that you liked, but it was a pregnancy
Yes.
trope?
Yes, and I thought it was great.
But
Like,
because it's your book, like you like it.
and I also think the reason I liked it is because like it started off the girl got pregnant and then it was a time jump of like she's already had the baby and then the romance picks up. I appreciate that I have to go through the whole pregnancy. I don't not that that's
No, I got you.
but I'm not yes, pregnancy. I just not into it.
That's okay.
Not for books.
That's okay.
I also would love. I'm so sorry. I would love a another love and other words. I kind of want to know how it ends. Like we know how it ends, but I want to know.
Yeah.
Anyways, what pregnancy? What tropes do you hate?
Miscommunication, but I feel like that's the basic thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's in everything, so I feel like I can't say that I hate that. It's the most realistic.
It is, and I think that's probably why I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I would. I don't know what trope I don't like.
I'm gonna be honest. I hate. In my mindset, I don't like tropes where it's like, you were a bet, but like, betting on you, better than the movies. I'm like, I am eating it up.
100%. Like,
I'm
the
like,
tropes,
yeah.
I'm like, I shouldn't like this. I'm like, no, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Like,
fake dating, I'm like, oh yes,
dating,
even though that would emotionally tear me apart, yes, we're gonna do it.
But like fake dating, if it's fake and then eventually it's real, like, oh, look at that. Same way if it's a bet and then it becomes real. Oh, look at that. You hate each other. It becomes real. Oh, look at that. Like all these tropes, I'm like, I should not like you. And you should be a bad example of how I should move forward. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep
like
reading it. I'm gonna
I
like
also I don't like books where it's like the girl has been obsessed with this guy for such a long time and then they get together.
And then he'd
But I love books when it's the guy that has been yearning for the girl and then they get together. I don't know why.
Completely different. Well, because it feels like the other way around. It feels like, oh, you have to wait around and sit for this guy. Like The Summer I Turned Pretty. I don't like because Belly's out here waiting all these years for Conrad. Okay. Outside of everything else that happens, that's like my thing. It's like, girl, you were a child. But then when he's waiting for her, it's sweet.
Yeah.
And he's waiting for her to be ready for whatever. Or like,
I know. And Wes Bennett, like, just being in love with Liz for forever.
And then being her friend and, like, actively supporting her and going after another guy.
Well, and yeah, I think that's also why, like, Akamath I love so much, too, is because it's like, you know, he's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. Because I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna support you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he cares. Like, oh, you're gonna sacrifice
crazy. Our favorite trope is when men are respectful and care about the woman.
But then you have like Caraval, and I love Legend, and I'm like, you are a wild card, sir. You make no sense. But I also love
Nope.
Julian. He's kind of like,
Julian is just like your little
he's
sweet.
so
He's such a
precious.
sweetheart.
Yeah. But I think that's also why in Lightlark, even though I refuse to read the other books, I like Grimm because he's kind of started off yearning for her.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'll
And they
read
have
them and tell you
history.
what happens.
Yeah, please. And that's like I think why like I'm such a Hermione obsessed. You know, it's been obsessed
That's
with
fair.
her. I will say though, this might expose me. We all know I'm a Slytherin. I love Draco. Love
Yeah.
him with my whole heart. I would love like official books about Draco from J.K. Rowling, even though like she bothers me. But I would love like
Mm-hmm.
official stuff just so it's not like
All in your head.
and just so it's not fanfic, you know? Because I
No,
feel
that's
like
fair.
people won't take it seriously because it's not like legit. Because it's not.
Well, because you don't know what the actual intent of the character is.
Yeah. But hold on. Hold on.
Holding.
Um how do you pronounce the Hermione and Draco book? Manalist? Mans? Can you see that?
No. Text screenshot and send it to me.
People are gonna be listening to this and be like, "Girl, how do you not know how to pronounce it?"
Manacled?
Manacled. Yes, I knew that's what it
Is
was.
that
I
is
just
that
have a
right?
yes. Okay, so that's a published book. Draco and
Wow.
Hermione. That's like one of the most well-known fanfics of Draco and Hermione, and it's one of the saddest books of my entire life. I highly recommend reading it. Like I'm not kidding. It's like a legit book.
Hmm.
But I have a hard time with it because I want Hermione and Ron to end up together. But then there's a part of me that I'm like, oh, Draco and Hermione. Sorry, now everyone's going to read my inner monologue on how I feel about this.
Please continue.
Also, happy birthday, Fred and George Weasley, because it's April 1st.
No. I just realized their birthday's April Fool's.
Yeah,
Wow.
have fun. A series I don't think we needed any more of was It Ends With Us. We did not need that second book. Actually, no. I kind of take that back.
We did.
We kind of did because it made Raul even more of
Mm-hmm.
word I will not say on the podcast as we're airing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but the book still kind of I just don't like the plot in general.
I don't like
But
that she is making money off of that plot.
no. And that's where I didn't like the pregnancy trope either.
No.
But
That is
you
a poor way to
know,
do a pregnancy trope.
poor way. Yeah, wasn't a fan. Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think of things to contribute, but I really just want to get back to reading Sunrise on the Reaping.
Understood.
So that's where
It's a
my
valid
head's at.
reason. I respect it. I have a question though. If you were to get a second funny story, what would you want to like? Whose POV? How would you want it to be?
I
Like
think
you get to write. I mean, Emily Henry's going to write, but you get to choose what it's about.
I don't know. I that's a good question. I want more
Sorry, you just said you
miles.
didn't want to think, but
No, that's
gonna
okay.
make you think now.
I want more miles for sure, without a doubt. Give me a second. Let me just hold momentarily. Enjoy yapping again, Elizabeth.
Woohoo! Okay, so um, if you haven't read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, this is a minor spoiler, but like, I'm thinking like if we were to get a fourth one, I would be okay. Like, I would honestly love a book, kind of how Hannah said, like a whole book that's like Peta's POV from that series. Combine all those books as Peta's POV. I would love like all of Ravi's point of view from all three books into one book, or And then you have like, because Ravi is the same kind of as Peta. It's like, okay, he's like, how do you get to the good? You know, how do you
Mm-hmm.
move past this to then where you end up where they are now? Like, how'd they get there? Because if you read the last book, you're gonna understand why. I need a third or fourth book. All right, so that's kind of how I feel about it. Personally, not a whole lot of my like thrillers and murder mysteries I need second ones of, because those are like so standalone. Like, your jaw is going to be on the ground. You don't need any more. So like I don't feel like I need to have any more additional books of like Final Girls by Riley Sager. Even though he writes amazing books, like he just needs to write his own standalone. Personally, that's my opinion. I would love a second book of Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. She writes kind of like whimsical witchy book. She has a spring one that I want to read, and I would love a second one of Spells for Forgetting. But that's just where my head's at.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh, Hannah, you're back.
Yes. I had to get my funny story because
Oh,
I
understandable.
needed to just look at some things towards the end.
Yeah.
So, one, I do want more Miles. I do want more of his
Mm-hmm.
point of view and not just hearing and like seeing his perception from Daphne's standpoint. However, because she stays in the end, I want to know what happens when she stays.
Fair. Fair.
Given that I see a lot of myself in this book, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things, a lot of dots in the past 5 minutes that it took, not even 5 minutes, it took me to get this from my shelf and then just thinking, connected. And from life, because you know how art reflects life and all that, and you see
Yes.
yourself and everything. So there's just, not that Emily Henry is a self help guide, but I
It's
just need a
kind
little
of
bit
like a
more.
guide.
I just
Yeah.
need a little bit more. Just,
Yeah.
I want to know how things worked. It doesn't need to be full, but at the same time, I'm perfectly content with how it ended.
Yes. It's
I
like
say I
you would
want more funny
gladly.
story, but I don't want more funny story.
Yeah, you want it to be done well.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be done just for the sake of doing it.
I think also like when I miss books, I just crave for their like mundane life. Like I want to know like, okay, now
Mhm.
that they're together and they're happy, this is who they've chosen. Like, what does
I
every
want
day
to,
look
yeah,
like?
I want to
I
know. Do
need
you
to
wake
know.
up
Do
like,
you still watch sad movies together? Do you go to the lake? Like, go to the winery? Like, I need to know these things.
yeah,
It matters.
it does. So, wow, I
Very
really
much
want to
so.
reread Funny Story now.
I know. Wait, but you got your paperback.
I know. So, I'm going to finish Sunrise on the Reaping, and then I'll do my paperback Funny Story.
And then you're going to go into Fearless.
And then I'll go into Fearless.
Smart.
I think that's great.
I think it's good.
And with that,
We hope you enjoyed the episode.
and we'll see you next week.
And Hannah didn't have too bad of crazy hair this episode.
Yeah, I hope my hair looked fine for y'all watching on
Satisfying
YouTube.
to everyone who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
If
Okay.
you want more merch, just let us know.
New design coming at some point. Maybe when this is released. We'll see.
We'll figure it out. YOLO.
Okay. I don't know how to end this.
Bye.